Yeah, Roger. Well, hopefully it was all good. But you're a terrific signal, Nick, and good morning from Belgium. EI4IB, ON80I. 20 over with me, Nick. Over.
Yeah, you're likewise there. I was really struggling with the previous station there. I guess the conditions are kind of dropping out maybe at this time of the morning, although sometimes they do hang in for a bit longer. You're also 20 over, John. I'm not really beaming your way there. I'm on the long path. But anyhow, hope you're keeping well there, John. How was things with you there? ON80I, EI4IB, over.
Yeah, things are very good. I was just finishing up with a pal down in Sydney. And I was just doing one last spin of the dial before I go out and cut some wood. So anyway, it was great. It's great to hear you because normally I hear you in the distance. But listening to you now, you sound like RT Radio 1, over.
Roger, John, yeah. No problems at all. Yeah, well, you sounded terrific yourself there as well, John. And I think there was another DX station there. I'm not too sure. If you want to stand by there, we can bring him in there, John. Over.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, was there a VK station? Go ahead. Was there a VK? No, he must have gone, John. He must have gone, and maybe the band is starting to change. I'll be gone now as well in a few minutes, and go and get a cuppa there, John. But how are you keeping? I guess you're running around the place getting ready for the Christmas. It's always busy this time of the year. But it's very warm, John. It's 11 degrees over here. 11 degrees C, but, you know, it's nothing new. I've often been sitting there having the Christmas dinner and plus 13, plus 14 degrees, so nothing unexpected weather-wise, and it'll probably be in the plus degrees as for the Christmas, I'd say, John. Definitely not in the minuses, although I could be wrong. We had a bit of a cold snap there a few weeks ago, down to -2 or 3 or something like that. The ground was completely covered in ground frost, and you know, then suddenly it got milder again. It got milder actually after the storm. After that last storm, that was very, very strong winds that we had here. A lot of power outages and one thing and another. We were okay that way. We had power all the time, but there was a lot of trees knocked down and a lot of roads blocked, you know, and one thing and another there for an hour or so, maybe more. So the locals were able to cut them up, or some of the local farmers, you know, moved them with the tractors or whatever. But that's how it is, one storm after another this time of the year. And they seem to be getting worse all the time, John, from EI4IB, over.
Yeah, just a tiny little gap. Anyway, yeah, well, as regards Christmas, yeah, we don't do Christmas in this house. And also in Belgium, Christmas, well, they think it's a big deal, but you just can't beat Christmas in Ireland. It's mad, and I remember it. I'm from '64, and it was just always lovely. And then we were living in Cork, and that was great. And then when I was about 12, we moved up to Dunleary, and eventually I left Echo India, but I'd always come back for Christmas with my parents and my brother and my sisters, and it was just lovely. And then we also had a few years when my mother says, well, we're not going to do Christmas at home, and she used to bring us always down to the Great Southern Hotel down in Killarney. And that, you know, so she had the pressure was off, and we had a great time. So very happy memories. But in this household, Nick, no Christmas, but we can handle that. And the other thing is about the. I take it you're on the quad, over.
Roger. Yeah, okay, fine business there, John. Yeah. No Christmas in your house. Yeah, okay. Well, I enjoy it. I enjoy it there every year. It's a bit of hustle and bustle and hassle, but it's only once a year, I guess, so look forward to it there, John. But yeah, no, I was speaking to, I was tuning across the dial here. I actually broke in to say hello to Jeremy, and I haven't been speaking to Jeremy for quite some time. There's ZL3 Echo Tango, and then he kindly left me the frequency, and he was in good form. And then I spoke with Gary there, VK4XF, and actually Jeremy was saying he'd worked you a little earlier, and another and myself there on another station from Australia. 3 Irishmen this morning in the log, he said there, so it might be his lucky day, he said, so I don't know. I said he should do the lottery, John HI. So that's the story. Nothing else really to tell you there, John. I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea here pretty shortly, but great to hear you calling in. And yeah, like you say, it's not too often we get the short skip conditions here on 20, and sometimes it goes very short, and I can hear the stations there in Wales and England and Scotland, but it's not too often that happens. And it actually happens on 10 metres as well, believe it or not, there for maybe, I don't know, a week or two in July, around July, that time of the year. The sporadic E goes very short on 10 metres. I'm probably under all the bands there. And we get the opportunity to say hello to the stations there in Wales and Scotland and the UK there, which we don't normally hear at all, only on the backscatter, as you know. So back to you there, John, for anything else, and then I think I'll go and grab a cuppa. But great to hear you in there and sounding terrific as always. ON8EI from EI4IB, over.
Yeah, Roger on that, Nick. Well, always lovely to hear you, and I do hear you. Various times of the well, I won't say day of the day, but from time to time as I twiddle around the bands, you're a great DXer, and you're a great conversationalist with the people you speak in with. Now, are you on the quad? Over.
Oh, I'm on the log periodic at the moment there, John. I'm always tricking and changing around antennas, and we're on the log periodic at the moment. Not actually beaming your way, we're beaming long path. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. And is it a homebrew or the Tenadyne or something like that? Over.
So there's a Tenadyne. It's a T6 there, John, if you're familiar with it. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I know the Tenadyne. I think that was taken over by a guy that also makes quads. Over.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, Cubex. I think it's all amalgamated now, John, and that's where I got my spreaders for the quad initially. A good few years ago, it was actually the dearest part of the quad was getting the spreaders. You know, the shipping was just, outrageous. And it's the same, it's still the same, John. I had to get a couple of bulbs for the a piece of equipment here, and I think they only cost $2 a piece. I think they cost $2 a piece, plus another $2 or $3 shipping. It's something unbelievable. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. And what's that? The bulbs, over?
Yeah, bulbs for the amplifier, John. And I think they're only $2 a piece, but with the shipping and everything all in all included, it was double the price. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, after the Brexit and the whole lot, I remember getting a lead, and it wasn't needed. But anyway, a guy from the UK sent me a lead, and he declared it as £1. And when it got to me, it was about €18. Over.
Yeah, QSL there, John. Yeah, I used to get a lot of bits and pieces there for the motorcycles and one thing and another from the UK, but since the Brexit, it's just a big deal. It's so hard to shop from the UK there, John. Over. Yeah,
Roger. Well, I gave up. Now, there is guys up near the border that get everything sent to the north. Over.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yeah, it can be done that way as well there, John. But if there's any simpler method, I just stopped to shop in Germany or something like that, which is a shame, really. But anyhow, it's all a bit of a mess. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, Nick, I'm really very happy because normally our conversation is short. The last time, no, not the last time I heard you, but I was speaking to, and you'll remember his call sign. His name is Steve. He's down in ZL, and his call sign escapes me at the moment. But he turns the beam with the steering wheel over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is it Ken? Go ahead.
No, not Ken. It's Steve. Steve. So anyway. Oh, by the way, just another thing. Here's the thing. And it was 17 meters that we were talking about, and I remember hearing you on 17 meters. I believe talking to him. There was a big pile up, but you're a great guy for getting through the pile-ups. And speaking about, well, not Ken, but Ken's locality, Ron, ZL4RMF, he's, as you know, he's no longer with us, but there's a Kiwi SDR in his name, over.
Oh, I didn't know that, yeah. Yeah, R.I.P. for old Ron there, yeah, he was a great ambassador there for the radio from ZL. I used to hear him every morning. I've worked him on 80, 40, and 20 right up to 10. In fact, myself and Ron done a bit of band hopping one day there, and we worked just 5 bands from 20 up to 10 meters. And he was great. He was very active there. And he liked getting on 80 as well, and 40. There's another guy active from down there now as well. ZL1, is it UN or NU or something? Nick. And Nick, the same as myself too. His name is Nick, and I worked him once on 80 meters as well. Only once. Mind you, I don't have very good antennas for the 80 meter band. I don't bother with 80. I don't put too much effort into the antennas for 80, John, for the simple reason I like chasing and working a bit of DX, as you know, and I like a bit of a rag chew as well. And I just find that the DX in 80 meters is few and far between. The activity is very low, and the window of opportunity is another thing as well. You know, you get some propagation there around the grey line, either it be morning or evening, and then it's gone. It's closed after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and that's it. So I just don't find the time and effort of invest in a good antenna for 80 meters. Not worth it. The DX window's too small. Whereas in other bands, from 20 up to 10, they're open all day. Get a bit more playtime, John. But anyhow, there we are. Back to you, ON8EI from EI4IB, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll tell you something, Nick. My big hero in radio, and I wonder, did you ever come across him? He lived in Granard, and he was Echo India 8 Hotel, and he called himself EI8 Henry, over.
Yeah, that's right, Pat, yeah. Pat, and then his buddy used to be on with him as well, EI8 Fox Quebec. Patsy, he played a bit of Irish music as well and stuff like that. Actually, Patsy helped me, he helped me with the Morse code many years ago when you had to, when it was applicable there, to get your license, you had to, first of all, pass the Morse code. So Patsy helped me with that. I remember going down, he had an old caravan at the back of the house, and he had his radio shack in there. That's Fox Quebec I'm talking about now, and he had, the lights were dim in there, and he had an old, it wasn't old at the time, I suppose, it was a Drake TR7. It's back in the 80s.
Roger.
Earlier, and I was just fascinated with it. Always fancied one of those radios. I'd never got one, and he was great old character, EI8 Fox Queen. I didn't know the other Pat there that well, but I know he was very active, particularly down at the lower band there, John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, I have loads of stories to tell about that. Now, as you know, Fox Queen is no longer with us. 8 Henry is no longer with us. But I went up with a pal of mine, EI2FN, and we were there a few times, and I took photos, and I have them. And what I'll do, if you wish, I have copies, scanned copies, and I can mail you a few photos of 8 Henry and Paul Jean in the shack and the caravan and outside in the back of the garden and the whole lot. Yeah, it was very sad. I think his wife died, Paul Jean's wife died, and then he died, and then the 2 children. Well, they must be grown adults now, but. Very, very sad the way it all worked out. I think his wife was from VK, but when I used to listen to them on the top end of 80 on the DX window, Pat used to use Paul Jean, and Paul Jean knew this, as a kind of a warm-up act, just to keep the frequency going, and they'd be talking, and then Pat would hear something. But Pat had a terrific signal. But both great people, and I have recordings, and very sadly missed, Nick. Over.
Yeah, that's right. They were very active down there. And as I say, Fox Quebec, he helped me with preparation for the old ticket there, and helped me a lot with the Morse code and one thing and another back in the day. Yeah, I remember helping them put up some wires one time. There was electric wires running across nearby, and they got kind of tangled up in the electric wires as well. That's another story, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger, very good. Okay, well, Nick, I have to say it's been a real pleasure speaking with you, because when I listen to you, I kind of know that you do your own thing. You're mainly DX, and it's rare that I don't think I've ever heard you on 80 or 40. So you're a great DXer. Over.
Yeah, I like chasing a bit of DX there, John. I certainly do there. Sometimes I don't always hear them or work them, but anyhow, it's always a bit of fun to enjoy the radio. But I'm glad you called in to say hello, John. I'm glad you called in. And yeah, if you could send me some of those copies, I meant to say, that'd be great. I don't think of any photos of Pat there at all, although he was often around here and helped me as well with antennas and here and drank here one thing and another. And then sadly he passed away. I can't remember what age he was. He wasn't like old, I don't know, what age was he? Mid-60s or maybe a little more, I'm not sure, but anyhow, he wasn't old. He wasn't like struggling to walk around or going with a walker stick or anything like that. He seemed to be fit and able, but anyhow, I think he got that big C. It's an awful thing, the way it crops up in you there. But anyhow, look at, that's how it is. John, great to hear you in there, and if you email me on some of those photos or whatever, that'd be great. I think I'll go and get myself a cup of tea now anyhow, and do a few chores and that, and maybe have a listen on the radio a little bit later. ON8EI from EI4IB, a very good morning, and we wish you a happy Christmas, happy New Year, John, also, if we don't hear you before then, from Echo India 4 India Bravo, over.
Yeah, Roger on that, Nick, very good. Okay, well, happy Christmas to you, and all the best for 2025, a healthy 2025, and lots of great contacts. Okay, I will. I was meant to leave the shack, and I'm sure that's happened to you in the past about 40 minutes ago. But I'm still here. But I have to go out, and start on. I've got a big amount of wood that has to be cut and put away, and then I have to go to the salt mine. So great speaking with you. I'll when I come back from the salt mine tonight, Nick, I'll dig up those photos and I'll send them through. Over.
Roger, yep, that'd be great, John. Appreciate that. Yeah, no worries at all there. And great talking to you as well. And anytime you hear me, give me a holler, John. So all the best 73s for the moment, and thank you for the kind wishes, and of course vice versa. ON8EI, EI4IB, off and clear.
Yeah, bye Nick. Take care. We'll talk soon. EI4IB, ON8EI. Bye from Belgium.
John, thank you.